while TSA agents are working without pay, while air traffic controllers are stretched thin, while SNAP recipients are wondering how they're going to feed their kids this week. House Republicans have not worked for 6 weeks, canceled votes, packed up, went home, still getting paid, still feeding their families, still all good. If you want to understand what contempt for working people looks like in real time, this shutdown is your case study. Roll the clip.
Well, this is day 38 of the Trump Republican shutdown, and our position as Democrats remain clear. We will sit down with any Republicans, anytime, any place, in order to reopen the government, to find a bipartisan path forward, and to decisively address the Republican health care crisis. The problem with Johnson and Thune and the Republicans right now is that they continue to adopt the my way or the highway approach. And our view has been consistent. We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people.
That right there is the whole game. You got a government shutdown 38 days, millions of people feeling it, and people responsible for fixing it are arguing over principle. They're arguing over leverage. My way or the highway. Sounds cute until you realize the highway is single moms missing paychecks. It's federal workers driving Uber at midnight, delivering DoorDash. It's TSA agents choosing between gas or groceries. Meanwhile, the same Republicans locking the deal. They on salary, direct deposit hitting on time. You tell me how that's not spitting in these people's face. Roll this clip.
And understand that House Republicans have now been on vacation for 6 consecutive weeks, canceled votes for 6 consecutive weeks. And they'd rather just remain on vacation than actually ensure that children in this country are able to put food on the table and that everyday Americans don't see dramatically increased health care premiums, copays, and deductibles, which we know in some instances will increase by $1,000 or $2,000 per month.
6 consecutive weeks. Make this real for a second. You miss 1 shift at the job. You stressing. You miss 2 weeks. Light bill in danger. You miss 6 weeks. You're evicted. Your kids is hungry. Your credit is wrecked. But in Congress, you can cancel votes for a month and a half, and in the middle of a shutdown you help cause, still get your taxpayer funded check. Federal workers are literally working for free. Air traffic controllers, food safety inspectors, border agents, janitors, analysts, because they believe in serving the country. And the people who are supposed to fund those jobs are at home, on TV, doing hits, posting takes, talking about affordability, while their own pay is untouchable. That's not leadership. That's looting in a suit.
Donald Trump and Republicans have decided to weaponize hunger and starvation by unlawfully, at this point, withholding SNAP benefits from 42 million Americans. That includes 16 million children, 8 million older Americans, and over 1 million veterans who rely on SNAP benefits in order to put food on the table. But this is no surprise when you consider the fact that in their one big ugly bill, earlier this year, in July, Republicans already enacted the largest cut to SNAP benefits in American history, a $186 billion cut. They literally ripped food from the mouths of hungry children, seniors, and veterans, part of their scheme to benefit the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected as it relates to their donors.
Let's really sit with this. You got Republicans cutting SNAP. You got them appealing in court to stop people from getting food assistance. You got shutdown chaos delaying benefits, jamming up the system, and at the exact same time, those Republicans are at home, fully paid, fully fed, fully insulated. You ever seen someone lock the fridge and then eat in front of you? That is exactly what this is. They're telling families, hey, tighten up your belt. The government's broke. We got to be a little tough. Nobody in Congress is missing a meal. Nobody in leadership is wondering how to cover diapers, insulin, rent, or gas. The sacrifice is always downward, never upward. That's not fiscally responsible. That's cruelty with talking points.
Air travel's a mess. Thousands of workers haven't been paid for over a month. Where's the urgency to end this in Washington?
That's a great question. It should be asked of Mike Johnson. Where's the urgency in actually bringing the House of Representatives back into session? They have canceled votes for the last 6 weeks. Democrats continue to be present and make clear that we're ready, willing, and able to sit down with our Republican colleagues, reopen the government, have a bipartisan agreement that actually meets the needs of the American people. And that individual that you reference is exactly right. America's too expensive. Donald Trump and Republicans promised that they would lower costs on day one. They haven't lowered costs. Costs have gone up. Inflation on the way up. Housing costs too high. Grocery costs too high. Electricity bills skyrocketing through the roof. And now they want to jack up health insurance premiums, and they're ripping food away from the mouths of children at the same time to try to use that as a point of negotiating leverage. That's shameful. It's unconscionable. It's un-American. And yet we continue to maintain that all we need to do is sit down and have a conversation so we can enact a bipartisan spending agreement that actually improves the quality of life of the American people.
You ever notice there's never any urgency from the people who don't feel the consequences? Shutdowns always hit the same groups first or hardest. Federal workers living paycheck to paycheck, contract workers who don't get back pay, SNAP and WIC recipients, poor, disabled, elderly folks, veterans relying on assistance. You know who they don't hit? Members of Congress' salary, lobbyists, donors, consultants. Republicans can cancel votes for 6 weeks because there's no material cost to them for not doing their job. No garnished checks, no eviction notices, no late fees, no pink slips. But the second the markets panic, or the airlines buckle, or the polls dip, suddenly they remember how to use a calendar. It's not that they can't move fast. It's your suffering. It's not their emergency. Is this government for you? I don't know. Check the pattern. Cut healthcare, cut food assistance, sabotage subsidies that keep premiums down, jack up the cost of tariffs, stall the government, keep your own paycheck, protect your donors. That's not small government. That's selective government. Full service for the rich, collections department for the poor. And then they get on camera and say, Democrats playing politics because they don't want to sign off on a bill that raises costs and starves people. Now, we got to start letting them flip this. It's not partisan to say people should eat while Congress argues. It's basic humanity. Listen, if you're working without pay right now, if you're with the TSA, the FAA, or a federal agency, contracted staffer, or if you're on SNAP and watching these games from your kitchen table, understand this. Problem is not that Washington is broken, it's that the people breaking it don't pay the price for the damage. Republicans canceled work for 6 weeks while demanding you keep working for free. That's the headline. That's the real scandal. That's the real disrespect. And if they think folks ain't clocking that, they are badly misreading the room. This your boy. This is hood politics. We translate the nonsense so you see the insult clearly. They got paid. You did the work. You carried the pain. Remember that. Remember that. And act and vote accordingly. This has been Hood Politics. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and come back for more.